Well, everybody, we are at that point where it's time to reveal our next GM, who happens to be Mr. Uyama. So come join Mike. I want to come and have a little bit of a conversation with you. Hello!
Hello, Bro Sencha.
Oh, you're there. Perfect. Well,
I am.
you know what? I know the game that's coming up, and I've played
So do
quite
I.
a bit
I'm
of this.
really excited for it.
Yeah, same.
Anyone who was at RPG Limit Break would actually be somewhat familiar with this game.
Yeah.
And this game is bad enough that even Macaw, who calls this tournament Kusogr4nde, says that this game is Kusogr House. Let's say that.
Oh, yeah, it is. And you know what? It's based off of a franchise.
Yeah, it's actually based off of a good game.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, this game has been vetoed multiple times because many people have played the NES version of this game.
I was worried we would never have it. It is Batman Revenge of the Joker for Sega Genesis. And a lot of people have played the NES game. This is not the NES game. Don't worry.
Yeah, so Tristan was also trying to get this game in. We're probably the two GMs who are trying to get this game in the most.
Yeah, I really like this game. It's bad.
Yeah,
but
it's really bad, but it's kind of fun in a very stupid way. Not the SNES prototype, which is bad in its own way, but I don't know. It's debatable whether it's worse than this. The bosses are a lot easier in the SNES version. So,
oh yeah, they are.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's three versions, actually. So there's the NES version, which is the good version, which is one of the best-looking NES games out there. It almost looks like a 16-bit game. And, the music is classic NES Sunsoft, so it's amazing. And then, for whatever reason, for the Genesis version, they farmed it off to an American developer called Ringler Studios. They did not make many games, but this was one of the few that they made, and they somehow got this license, and this simultaneously manages to be one of the worst sounding and not a very good looking Genesis game. Although it does have a very hot cover, or a very hot title screen that you will see at least on two of these competitors' screens.
Oh yeah, I love.
And there's
the
also
screen.
a Super Nintendo prototype, which it's not good, and it has some really dumb parts. I haven't tested it as thoroughly as this version, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that I've only played a little bit of that one. I have played this one quite a bit. I honestly was considering speedrunning this for a while. Might still be on my list of things to do.
Kusogr4nde, so the NES version has amazing music. This game has the same songs, but it's just all really electrofart versions of the songs.
Oh yeah, and by really, he means really.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy, well, I'm really close to getting everything captured. Mike, I'm glad that have things calmed down for you recently. I know that you were working on game selection and the schedule for SGDQ. Do you have a bit of a breather
things
now?
have calmed down. Yeah, things have calmed down. There's one schedule switch we need to make, but that'll be done soon, and yeah, it's calmed down a bunch, and I've actually been focusing a bit. I don't stream super often, but I streamed yesterday and the Sunday before because I'm going to play Super Highlight for both Blast the Process, which will be later this evening at around 7:20 p.m.
Ooh.
And then I'll also be playing it for RPG Limit Break.
Oh yeah, I know that one for sure.
Yeah. And speaking of speedruns, you say you want to speedrun this, but you still have to get the sub 20 kid cool.
I know.
And you say you want to play Super Highlight. So when are you going to find the time for that and do all of your viewers' choices?
Mike, I know. Life is hard. It's so hard. because there's just so much to do.
Oh, baby, there's the picture of the Joker.
Oh, let's see. Cows Blaze is doing the audio here.
Oh, I don't see the Batman pose, but that's fine.
Oh, here's the music.
Oh, baby. And there's the poses. That's such a good Joker face.
It's a doo-doo-doo. I'm asking if Kasu can turn the audio up just a tiny bit. I would like to.
Yeah.
I would love to hear all of these farts. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, I am checking with them to see if they are ready, because I certainly am. So, I know this game has the Joker. If you have any clowns, any bats, or any other Marvel or superhero-related stuff, then we will go ahead and ask you to spam those now. Because I'm doing the countdown in Discord. Wish them luck. Oh boy. This is a beautiful game.
I know, right?
It's too good. It's too good. Okay, and here we go.
Okay. So, if you're familiar with the NES version of this, this will look familiar.
Yes.
There's some key differences. Basically, there's a lot more cheap hits. The game is way more unfair, and the sprites are way bigger, so, like, everything's kind of not really off proportion, but, like, the stages just don't work as well.
Yeah, it's... Well, just because of the size there, it's harder to see upcoming enemies. What you're going to see is that most people are going to be using the homing shot to begin with. And
so, what's really strange about this game is that the best weapon in the game overall is the homing shot. It's not the strongest weapon. The strongest weapon is the C weapon, which is like the single shot. However, to really unlock the potential of the C weapon, you have to learn to crouch cancel, which is you fire the gun and you have to be standing when you do this, and then you tap down, and then then you just repeatedly do that so you can overcome the shot limit of the C gun, which is how you defeat the first 2 or 3 bosses in a speedrun, because you just damage race them doing that.
oh yeah. Like, honestly, homing shot seems like a good idea, but it is really slow. It does not do much damage at all. Kaus is using the single shot.
And it looks like High Spirits is the first one to make it to 1-2.
Nice.
It's worth noting that this game does not have checkpoints until you make it to the next stage. Now, the homing shot is actually a very strong shot, too. It's probably the second strongest, and you have to use it on every boss past the third one, basically, because all of those bosses are not touching the ground. So having the C shot against them is pretty worthless. I don't know how far the players will get since there's only an hour. My guess is somewhere around stage 3 to 5.
Yeah, I would guess so. And there is a later boss that I just couldn't find a way to beat without the homing shot. Like, I tried. Oh, I tried.
Oh, yeah, and, well, the bosses in this game are pretty special. High Spirit is going to get to one soon, because he's already on 1-2, and 1-2 is not very difficult once you know how the bullets work. And it's a good thing he has the homing, because, like I said, that's actually your second strongest weapon. There's a spread shot. The wave shot is okay, but it's... The shot that's really bad is the S, which is a spread shot, which makes those really high-pitched noises that you can hear in Kasu's stream.
Yep.
And it does no damage. You'd think it'd be good because, you know, you have all those shots hitting, but no, it's just really weak.
So I'm just excited for High Spirits to show off the screen before the boss.
Oh yeah, should we tell players not to skip those face-off screens? Because they're pretty great.
Yeah, go ahead and add them if you can.
Now, even though High Spirits has an early lead, the other players can definitely catch up. So these gargoyles are a bit confusing. You basically have to get up real close to them and then start hitting them.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I don't remember exactly where you have to hit them. If you have the C shot, then they die pretty fast. Although it seems like Jal's strat of just sliding into them is working pretty well too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she did fall into an S, which is the weakest weapon. I don't think she knows that at that point. But more importantly, she got to 1-2.
Yeah, that is really important. I'm just... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, because it's worth noting, and I did tell the players this, there are unlimited continues in this game. We're not going to see a completion. There's no way. But this game is plenty mean even with the unlimited continues. But this does mean that they will be able to make progress and track their progress. I did warn them if they somehow make it to stage 6. I don't think they will, but in case if they do, they want to take down the password, which you get by pausing the game, because the 6-2 stage right before the boss has no power-ups, so you can actually... Technically, you're not soft locked, but effectively you are soft locked if you try to fight the boss with the wrong power-ups.
Yeah. It can.
You
be
really need the
really
homing
bad.
shot for the 6th boss.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see the 6th boss though.
Oh no, I don't think so either. But I just wanted to make sure that they ever got up to that point. That, you know, I wouldn't want them to be stuck in an effective soft lock.
So let's go ahead and talk about this. You've got L on the bottom left, and that's life. What's the B?
Oh, the B is like, it's like, if you build up enough of that, then you can like hit some, I think it's like fire and kick simultaneously, or fire and jump, and then you do like a super shot. And High Spirits is on the boss.
Nice.
I think he has the homing shot, so he has a chance. So, oh baby.
So beautiful.
I love how Batman looks like he's tripping and he's off balance in that shot. So basically the bosses have a ton of undodgeable attacks, and you just have to mash like crazy during them. This is also true in the NES version, but the NES version, it's forgiving enough that even if you're not a good masher, or even if you don't have a good weapon, you will be able to beat the boss fairly easily as long as you have enough health and dodge a couple of the boss's attacks. Because of the bigger sprites in this game and the complete lack of balance, the bosses are just complete bullet sponges in this game. Because High Spirits has the homing, he's doing good damage, so I think he'll be able to beat the boss.
I think
you always have 80,000 health, and the boss's health increase as the game goes on. It's not too bad early in the game. I think the second boss also has 40,000 health.
Yeah.
Maybe 60,000.
There we go.
Oh, and we have 3 people on the boss.
Nice.
Looks like High Spirits can defeat it, so he's definitely in first. But both Jal and Dowolf have a chance to catch up. Alright, Jal is making the mistake of trying to play this game like an actual video game and trying to dodge the boss's shots. Wolf, I think, has the C weapon. Oh, and is actually using a unique strat of being inside the boss's gun, and this game has the old school thing of where the bullets are firing in front of the gun. And now High Spirits is on the second stage, which isn't that difficult, except the background is really grating and obnoxious, and also blends in with the platform, so it's harder than it should be.
Yeah, I think Jal is going to take a death in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you said, she's playing it like a video game, and that's not what you do here.
Yeah, you just damage race. Like, that's basically every boss, is that you damage race them.
Yep.
Now, it's worth noting that these are all 15-point competitors, so that either means they got a second and... I think that means they all got third and first. So they're all still very much in the running to qualify for the bracket.
Now, the bad thing is Jal actually took a death, meaning that she lost her weapon. And that's going to make this boss pretty challenging. Kicking him works pretty well, though.
Yeah, kicking is actually a decent strat on the earlier bosses. It doesn't work so well on the later bosses, but it does work on the earlier bosses. I think Wolf has actually overtaken High Spirits.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things that Ringlord Studios didn't really know is foreground and background objects and how not to make things look so garish and actually visible. And while the platforming bits aren't too bad in theory, the game has weird momentum when you jump. You can't turn around instantly when you jump, and that makes the jumps more difficult than they should be.
Hey, Kasu is on to the boss as well.
Yep. I love the pose. I love the drunk Batman pose.
The music is so excited. It's like, hey, you're gonna fight this dude. Get ready.
Kasu's making the same mistake as Jal, treating this like this is an actual video game. Just shoot the boss. Just shoot the boss a lot.
There we go. It might be too little
good.
too late, but...
Yeah, it's gonna be really close. And unfortunately, when you game over, you go back to 1-2, which is actually kind of a good thing, because that means you can get a weapon for the boss.
Yep.
It is worth noting that none of the competitors have figured out the crouch cancel yet for the C-gun. I'm not necessarily expecting them to, though, because it's not exactly the most intuitive.
Yeah, I agree. It would be awesome if they did, but probably not going to happen. Okay, there we go. Kasu is fighting the boss again with the weakest weapon. Like, the boss is still doable here, but...
It's a lot harder, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and Wolf takes the lead, is on 2-2, and is on the auto-scroller. The auto-scrolling stages in this game are pretty easy, to be honest.
Yeah,
he might die once here, but aside from that, he should be okay. He's messing around with a charge shot, which is actually something I didn't tell the players about. That's kind of a double-edged sword, because, you know, that is something you can use in the game, but for the most part, charge shots in this game are useless. They take too long to set up, honestly.
Yeah, most of the charge shots. I think there's a handful that might be worth doing every once in a while, but they're very specific contexts.
Yeah, they're very situational. It's worth noting that Stage 2 does not have a boss. Any stage that ends in an auto-scroller does not have a boss. Or ends in a shmup auto-scroller, I should say. And High Spirits is not far behind Wolf, also on 2-2. It is worth noting that even though both Jal and Kasu are a bit behind High Spirits and Wolf, there are bosses later on that can definitely take care of that. We're not very far in the match. And because if nothing else, I think the fourth boss is going to give everyone incredible problems.
I can't remember oh, is that the snow level?
No, that's not the snow level. That's stage 3, which Dowolf is on and doesn't realize there's a hole in the middle of the bridge.
Well,
because obviously all good bridges have holes in them.
That's how you make a bridge, Mike. Haven't you ever like taken a construction class on bridges?
Exactly.
You
put a hole in the middle of them
put a hole.
So people don't get complacent.
It's called structural integrity.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jal is having a bit of a hard time.
No, I think Jal's gonna die against this boss unless she gets real lucky.
She's doing some fairly good dodges and shooting here, but that's a death. High Spirits is on to stage 3-1 as well.
Yeah, and he's basically tied with Dowolf. It is worth noting that the level clear poses are pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that this was composed by Tallarico. Tallarico has done some decent work on the Genesis and Mega Drive. This is not one of them.
Oh, what are you talking about? This music's fantastic.
Yeah, it is some very electro-party Genesis music. And so you'll probably notice this stage from the NES version, and basically all the sprites are way bigger, so it's way harder to dodge the tornadoes and the fire meteors. The trick is just to take the stage real slowly and react to what's going on. I think Dowolf has realized this, but he's realized this as he has 1 health. And if anyone is wondering what the flashing B is for, once that's full, you can do a super attack. You press some buttons simultaneously. I don't remember which ones. And now we're on to the Melted Cheese Factory, or the caves, because there's a part here where you see lava, and it legitimately just looks like a bunch of melted cheese.
Oh boy. Oh wait, is this the one with the lava in it?
Yes.
Oh, the lava makes the best sound effects in this game.
Yeah, and I just call it the melted cheese lava because that's legitimately what it looks like. Or I could call it popcorn lava. It also looks like popcorn.
Yeah.
Either one is acceptable. The Dowolf kind of getting trolled by this stage. There's a lot of falling objects that you just have to really look out for.
Hey.
And Kasu beat it.
Awesome. Good job, Kasu.
So Kasu knows about the C weapon, which is good. She doesn't know about the crouch cancel, which isn't as good, but that's not terribly important for taking down the first couple of bosses. Okay, and this part is so evil that Dowolf is on.
There's the popcorn lava. Yeah, this is one of the places where you really want to use some of the charge shots, just because of the spiders. Oh,
jumps right in his face.
Not
Bodrikin, yes, this game has continues. If this game did not have continues, they'd all be stuck in the first stage. Like, just real talk.
Yeah.
They'd maybe make it to stage 2.
Luckily, we even have infinite continues.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only real reason why this game is even possible to make progress in, is because you have infinite continues. Okay, it's round 3 with this boss for Jal. Let's see how she does this time. Okay, she has the C shot. She's doing a lot of damage. She did do a crouch cancel, actually. I don't know if she's aware how she did it.
She's done it a little bit, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. The NES version is definitely enough to veto this, just because it's the same game, just better. Oh, Lizstar. I played this game a year ago, and I thought it'd be perfect for Kusogr4nde. In fact, it was in Gauntlet Match, which was one of the reasons why it was featured. Yeah. Tristan tried to pull this game off out on Andy.
There we go. Jal is through. on to stage 2. Just following.
In fact,
a
with the
little bit
progress,
behind
the
Kasu.
players. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Oh, nice. Everyone's on stage 2 now.
Yes.
In fact, with the progress the players are making, I think, if not everyone, at least most of the players could make it to the Gauntlet stage, which is 4-2. Which is a real jerk of a stage.
I'm having a hard time remembering that one.
It's the factory stage with the really slowly
yeah.
moving auto-scrolling elevated.
Of course you
lift.
gave an auto-scroller.
Very slowly upwards.
I think everybody is starting to get the hang of, like, how awkwardly large Batman is. I think that's the biggest problem of this game. He just feels
And
huge.
Glitch, you're right. The NES version is a dream compared to this. The NES version is a good game. This is very much not a good game.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes Doe Wolf.
Yeah, so Kasu making good progress, catching up to both High Spirits and Doe Wolf.
Oh yeah.
This is why, even though she's had some trouble in the earlier stages, like, that knowledge, I think, has helped her out. Just basically power her way through, stage 2. And let's see how she does in stage 3.
So
let's see if the bridge gets her. Yep! It's so stupid, because there's a layer of snow there, which obviously, is perfectly in line with physics, but there's no bridge there.
The bridge got me as well, first time I was playing.
Oh yeah, it definitely got me too. Like, there's no denying that.
So question, the NES version is called Return of the Joker, and this is Revenge of the Joker. Why Revenge?
I don't know, because the Joker thought he wasn't mean enough in the NES version, and so he made this version... So, there's something interesting about this game. So, on High Spirit's screen, he leaned forward a bit, and that's actually Batman's idle pose. If you let Batman go into his idle pose by staying still for about 4 or 5 seconds, it actually leans his sprite forward, and he just leaned himself into a bunch of spikes.
I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
There is a Super Nintendo version that's a prototype. There is a ROM floating around. It has some really dumb, evil auto-scrollers. But the bosses are too nice in that version. Actually, this game actually has a really funny back of the box cover art, and I'll just show it to you in this database.
Let me see. I know that you sent it to me as well. Oh, it's great.
It's pretty great. It's just Joker being on brand.
Oh, very on brand, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the idle pose on the High Spirit screen, and it leans Batman forward quite significantly, actually. Well, I hope it was no more than $10. Glitch Witch. Yeah, this jump really stinks.
Hey, High Spirits got it.
And High Spirits has made it to the boss.
We get some beautiful sprites here.
You get to see Batman's perfect teeth there.
It's got beautiful teeth, those pearly whites.
Okay, so this boss, has 80,000 health, so ties Batman's health. And the boss health just gets worse. I don't remember if the fourth boss is also 80,000 or if it's 100,000. It's also worth noting that I never beat this game, and the main reason why I never beat this game is because when I got up to the final boss has 220 health. And I was like, nope, I'm done.
220,000?
Yes.
That's a little teeny bit rough. By the way, this boss is a big buff because all of his shots go in a direction. If you're on one side of him, you're just not going to dodge. Like, if he's looking at you, you're taking damage. So,
yep,
you've got to manipulate him, get on his other side, and it's a long fight.
Yeah, it's a very long boss, and If you die, you pretty much have to start over. So it's worth noting that Jal is on stage 3, and Dowolf has made it to the boss. So even though... So we kind of have, like, 2 ties going on here. Okay, it's funny, because all the players have done the crouch cancel to an extent.
Yeah.
It seems like Dowolf is on the cusp of figuring it out. Because really, if you want to damage race this boss, the crouch cancel helps out so much.
Oh, it's definitely needed. And there we go. The boss just does so much damage.
Oh, yeah. And the problem is, once you die, like, you just do no damage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can try kicking the boss, but good luck with that.
There we go, Kasu taking a death. Jal is also on 3-1. I love the little wizards, you know? Wizards and Batman go hand in hand.
Yep.
Jal, no! Slid to her death.
Oh,
if you
no.
slide, you just go off of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you should pretty much never slide in this game unless it's required.
Yeah.
There are a couple of areas that do require it. Unfortunately, Kasu is saddled with the spread weapon, which not only has a horrible sound effect, but is also super weak.
Oh. I think we're going to see this boss for quite a while.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see this boss multiple times. And yeah, this is the reason why I said if they ever get up to stage 6, it's unlikely, but if they do, they should write down the password to 6-1 just in case if they make it to the boss, because as I said before, you can effectively soft lock yourself on the boss if you don't have the homing weapon.
Wait, you can do that if you can't take damage at that point?
Well, what I mean is that if you don't have the right weapon for the stage 6 boss, you know how you go back to like the second level of a stage if you game over on a boss?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, 6-2 has no power-ups.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
It's
fair,
really
well-balanced video game, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so I just want to keep you updated. It looks like Jal has moved from 4th to 3rd place at this point, passing Kasu.
Yep. And this does actually give her the chance to take first, if she can manage to defeat the 3rd boss on her first try, which I really don't think is going to happen.
No.
But you can always hope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Kasu is right behind, though. We're going to hear the popcorn chicken in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I used to call it. Popcorn chicken. It's totally what the lava is.
Yeah, that's another good name for it. To me, it looks like melted cheese, but popcorn chicken, I can definitely see the resemblance to popcorn chicken. It doesn't really look like lava. It looks...
No, it doesn't. That's like, that 100% is not lava.
Yeah, it's not. It just looks like a vat of melted nacho cheese.
Except
or popcorn chicken.
Semi-melted. It's not very melted, yeah. Mike.
Okay, well, High Spirit is back in the 3rd boss. I wonder if it's actually going to come down to life counts on a boss for this game.
I mean, it could.
Wolf has a charge weapon that just sends sparks everywhere.
Yeah, it's not a great charge weapon.
Alright. So what High Spirits really wants to do is kind of be in the far edges when this boss moves towards the side. And, like, not be in the side the boss is shooting.
Yep. You want to jump over the boss occasionally.
And and High Spirits has the correct weapon, but he doesn't know the crouch cancel. Not knowing the crouch cancel is pretty detrimental. Knowing the crouch cancel made this boss go from incredibly difficult to actually fairly doable in a damage race.
Oh, yeah. I just love that.
That being said, High Spirits is not doing too badly. He's catching up to the boss a bit. The problem is, can he keep this pace up? Oh no, not if he runs into the boss 3 times like that.
Yeah, that is... Oh, that's gonna be rough.
Oh, and he's gonna get hit again. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
lasers do so much, too.
A lot more than contact damage with the boss, honestly. Okay.
Oh yeah, KML. Like I said before, this is a game that even Macaw thinks is bad. And Ringler Studios did not make much of this. In fact, someone looked them up on LinkedIn when I was playing this RPG Limit Break last year. And apparently, the CEO of this company now sells mattresses.
Actually, here's my question. He sells mattresses?
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, a job's a job.
It's true. Someone's gotta sell those mattresses, you know? I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I can't remember what I was going to say. It's gone, Mike. This game has just sucked out all brain power that I have.
All brain power and memory. All those Utah facts gone.
Probably for the best, you know?
Yeah. Now you can have some, like, actual facts in there.
Dull Wolf doing an interesting strategy, just sliding back and forth.
Yeah, it's
not gonna work.
A terrible strategy. I mean, the problem is if you die against this boss, there's not a whole lot else you can try. So you just kind of have to kick him.
Yeah.
Which has its problems.
Ooh. The guy who produced this game produced another game, or directed a game called Legend of the Amazon Women. And that has just grabbed my attention because that sounds fantastic.
Yeah. So at this point, since we're halfway through the match, High Spirits is definitely in first. He has done the most damage to the boss. Dowolf is the only other person who's made it to the boss. Not sure where Jal and Kasu are. They're roughly tied. I want to say Kasu's made it a little farther, but it's hard for me to say.
So oh, the popcorn chicken, I hear it. There we go.
I forgot about that sound effect. It's so bad.
It's just like... I don't know. It's perfect. It's perfect in every way. That's all I need.
No. Oh, I think the idle animation threw Kasu off a bit.
Yeah.
It's fair, because it does actually move your sprite forward, because good game design.
Hey, Dowolf definitely does understand this fight and how to do some of it, which is great.
Yeah, he's actually being really patient. It's just... yeah. It's much better to take that hit than to take the lasers.
The lasers deal so much damage.
Yeah, it's 10k compared to not 10k of running into the boss. So High Spirits wrote down the password, but the passwords actually only take you to the second area of the stage, not the third.
By the way, one of the people who did the graphics for this game also did the animation for Normie's Beach Babe-O-Rama.
That makes perfect sense. That was a game that was in Kusogr4nde 3.
Oh,
although
yeah.
I do have to say, their sprite work improved since this game, because Normie's Beach Babe-O-Rama, while not the best sprite work, is actually pretty decent.
Well, Well, he just did the animation, you know? I don't know if he
the animation.
actually did the sprite work here. Oh, there's the popcorn
okay.
chicken. There we go.
Okay.
And it looks like multiple people who worked on this worked on Clay Fighter, and one of the graphics people was an artist for Kusogr4nde.
So what you're saying is that they went on to very successful careers.
They went on to careers of sorts, you know?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, you don't really want to do high jumps into that last platform. I think you can walk on the platform if it's close enough. Yeah, Mikon's box, not only is this game really bad, it's really hard. And the thing is, 3-2 isn't even the worst of the stages. Like, 6-1 is just nuts how hard it is. It doesn't make sense. And the final stage is just unbelievably masochistic.
Everybody is surprised that Kusogr4nde had graphics. So
I mean, hey, flat shaded polygons are graphics.
Technically, yeah.
Clay Fighter is the game with Bad Mr. Frosty to Space Poke. It was a very 90s fighting game.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played Clay Fighter. Maybe a little bit once, you know. No, I experienced the spikes!
Yeah, the spikes, you just have to play super patient.
Yep.
Like, there's really no way around it. And Dowolf is on to the boss again.
Nice.
As Kate said, Dowolf was adjusting pretty well to the boss the last time, so let's see how he does this time. Highwolf got the boss down to about 13,000 health, I want to say. Let's see how Dowolf does this time. Unfortunately, Dowolf was trying to collide into the boss there, but instead takes the spread shot, so...
But he's taking it a little bit more careful now.
Yeah, there is actually an irony of the crouch cancel that I didn't mention. If you're crouching, you can't do the crouch cancel. It's really weird. You can only do it from standing shots, which is probably another reason why the players didn't figure it. I think it took me at least 30 or 40 minutes to figure that crouch cancel out. It is a very strange... I guess it's technically a glitch in the game. Okay, so Dowolf is actually ahead in the damage race.
Nice. Yeah, I think Dowolf is going to move into the lead as
Cadis, I also think he can get the kill, but you can never be complacent because that laser hurts so much.
Oh, yeah. And here we go, laser
has the
time.
Right idea.
No!
Oh, no. No, Dowolf! Yeah, it's honestly better to just jump past the boss and take the hit than get hit by that laser.
Oh, yeah. Every time, take the contact damage.
Actually, since someone mentioned Bad Mr. Frosty, if you look at the boss's portrait, he looks kind of like Bad Mr. Frosty in the bottom right. And Batman looks very displeased to fight this boss, and so would I. Ugh. And Dowolf did it!
It's kind of Napoleon Dynamite face there. I guess I have to fight it. There we go. Very nice. 4-1.
Yeah. And we start with an auto-scroller. Stage 4 has a lot of auto-scrollers. Technically, this next stage, this 4-2 is not a complete auto-scroller, but it has two very long auto-scrollers in it that make up the majority of the stage. I would say 4-1 is the nicer part of the stage, and 4-2 is just very mean. And yes, I'm saying this after the cave. It's debatable whether this cave or 4-2 is meaner. They're both really mean. There are 7 stages in this game. And in fact, if any of them manage to get past Stage 4, Stage 5, while the sewers are pretty evil, there is no boss. So it is a bit easier to make progress in Stage 5 than it is in Stage 4.
Yeah,
And the trick about Stage 4 is that you don't want the C gun. You know, the gun that's doing 800 damage with the slow shot. on the bosses, you want to use the B, which is the homing. Okay, so Jal is on the boss. Actually doing okay so far. Yeah, actually, Jal's, like, adjusted to this boss really fast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the laser.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but, you know, Jal's still trying to figure out this boss. Oh, he takes the hit against the boss instead. Smart move, smart move.
I think the damage race is going to work out here for Jal.
Yeah, it's good. The damage race will work out, especially if she gets some hits where she doesn't get hit like that.
You know, Jal was trailing for a while, but this is looking pretty hopeful for her, you know?
Yeah, even taking 2 hits is better than just taking 1 spread shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how bad the spread shot is. I think even taking 3 hits is better than 1 spread shot. Yeah, as long as she continues this, she will beat the boss. And that's pretty crazy, because there was a time that... Okay, Jal kind of figured out the... was doing the crouch cancel for a little bit. Doesn't matter, because she is now in second.
Nice. That's what I love to see. Places moving. That is huge.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to have a real exciting match here, because they're both on an auto-scroller, and she can overtake the lead if she learns how to deal with this auto-scroller first.
True. I want to say, by the way, all of these players have been doing pretty dang good so far in the tournament. I mean, they've got 15 points each, which means that I believe they've taken a first and a third, somewhere around there.
Yes, that is a first and a third.
Honestly, taking a first would really help with the chances of making it to the bracket. A second,
yeah,
they might still be able to make it there. A third is really rough.
A third means that they would have to get first in their 4th round match. Getting first means that they would only have to get third to make it to the bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. So, yeah, it's really important for them to do well.
And even making it to second, like, just feels nice, because it means they still have a fighting chance to have a chance in the bracket.
Yep. The person who gets 4th in this match is pretty much eliminated at this point from a chance of making it to the bracket. Doesn't mean that they won't be in a future match. I mean, tomorrow we have one match that's probably going to be hilarious, because
oh yeah,
they won't be able to make it to the bracket, but we want to have fun.
Yeah, we do have, like, nicer games or just goofier games planned out for people who can't make it to the bracket.
Yes.
Okay, so Dowolf has made it to 4-2. This stage might look familiar to some Kusogr4nde fans, because this is the stage that was in the gauntlets. This gauntlet was notable because this was Andy versus Veritasu, 2 very strong mystery game players, and this match was notable because Veritasu actually probably gave Andy his toughest match. In fact, if Veritasu didn't get stuck on time slip, he would have won.
Oh yeah,
the gauntlet match. So, if you want to watch, like, a good Kusogr4nde match, I would highly recommend from Kusogr4nde 3, the Andy versus Veritasu match from Kusogr4nde 3.
Yeah.
Another good one is Dragon Dark versus Smite. That, I won't spoil that one, but it's definitely worth it. And so what makes this stage so evil is that there are these little things in the elevators that shoot bullets, and the bullets are deceptively hard to dodge just because your hurt box is so big, and then there are these guys who just snipe you, who just fall down and snipe you.
High spirits, by the way.
Oh!
Just beaten the boss, and he is moving on to 4-1, putting him in solid
that
third.
That is third, but that means between Jal, Wolf and High Spirits is very close. It might come down to who can do the most damage on the 4th boss. Okay, so Jal has the best weapon for the stage in my opinion, which is the strong weapon.
Yeah.
The other good weapon for the stage is the homing, which I would actually recommend for the end part. It makes hitting the enemies in the air easier, and you need it for the boss. You pretty much have no chance against the boss unless you have the homing. I know you found out a trick with the C shot that involves like getting up near the wall and like canceling the shot somehow, but that's a little far past, you know, like a blind mystery race.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I did with that. I have no clue. But whatever. When you're sitting on an elevator, you gotta try everything, right? Because it's,
True.
It's just an elevator. You can't just sit there. I mean, you can, but then one, you're bored, and two, you can't learn anything if you're not doing anything.
I hope people aren't getting sick of this song.
Nope. We're gonna hear it for a bit. That's okay. It's got popcorn chicken. That's really all we need. Yeah, I think, honestly, first, second, and third are pretty much anyone's game. Kasu can still get back into this, but
it's
the
gonna be
boss
tough.
Is a wall, yeah.
Exactly. Although, that being said, the first time Jal fought the boss, she just smoked it, so there is a chance, whereas Wolf and High Spirits both took at least 3 times to take down the boss.
I do know that all of the players have found out how awesome the single shot is, though. Like,
yeah,
everybody's using it.
Yeah, which kind of stinks, because they're really gonna want the homing to the boss. And it's gonna be such a trick. It's like, they're gonna be so mad. And the thing is, they're not going to know how good the homing is, because they haven't used it that much. But it really is the second strongest weapon. Which makes no sense, because usually a homing shot is weak to make up for the fact that, you know, it's homing.
Yeah.
But in this game, that's not the case. It's really strong.
So good, so balanced.
Exactly. The kind of balance you expect from Ringler Studios.
Ooh, people are getting hungry for popcorn chicken, Mike.
Yeah,
I told you. No!
Sounds good.
Oh, no!
Okay, no. Oh, what?
The spikes. It's just the spikes.
I don't know how she got hit there, though, because maybe she tried to slide, like, afterward, and, yeah, there's just huge hitboxes. I don't know. That just does not feel good. And is really unfair.
By the way, I do appreciate everybody coming and having a blast today. We've got 300 people sitting here watching this.
Yeah, watching this thing that may resemble Batman.
Like, I don't know, the sprite work in the stage is fine, but that's about all that's fine about this game.
Yeah. Okay, both Wolf and Jal are getting to the second half.
Oh, and Jal.
Of course, Wolf gets idle pose. I think the idle pose has killed every single player in this match, which is pretty great.
I'm not too surprised. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot. There's something weird about walking up platforms that it's really hard to adjust to momentum, and that ended up killing Jal.
Yeah. So Coyote Seattle, there's something funny about that. The first Genesis Batman game is completely done in-house from Sunsoft. So it not only has better music, but it's also a pretty good game. It's a little heavy on the auto-scrollers, but aside from that, I would say it's a pretty good game. The only explanation I can think of for farming this game out to, you know, a third-party dev house is just they were busy with other projects. Like, that's the only reason I can think of.
Oh, yeah, Mike. I think that probably what I tried with this stage was just facing the wall and doing the shock cancel in order to have it bounce off and just get the diagonal shots extremely quickly. Because that would allow you to hit enemies in the air pretty much right away.
Does that hit the boss?
I think... I don't know if it hits the boss.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this boss... That's right, I was trying to do something like that, but...
Yeah,
unfortunately, I don't think I was able to actually kill the boss with this weapon.
I think you have to use the homing. So Jal's actually pretty close to the end of the stage.
Oh, yeah.
Though I think the problem is there's going to be a sniper that's going to... Oh, no! She's at the end!
And now it's time to die.
Yeah, it's time to die. She's very dead.
There's no chance.
She's in first, but she's dead. And Phasma's doing his fist pump. Yeah, so this boss does a ton of damage. And whenever that bar gets to full, you're just guaranteed to take damage.
Yep.
Yeah, so she at least knows what to hit, but the problem is she can't fire fast enough with this gun.
Oh, actually, I think that the speedrun strat, the best way to face this boss would be to essentially use this weapon and take damage before, like, when the big ball drops. But honestly, I think using homing might even just be more worth it than trying to get this strat to work, because it's so incredibly difficult. I think I might have beaten it once.
Yeah, no. The only way I was able to consistently kill this boss was use the homing. So Jal, I think, activated her super shot.
Oh yeah, and super shot deals a good amount of damage, but unfortunately,
and Dowolf is also on the boss. So Jal got the boss up to the high 70,000s. Let's see how Dowolf does. This is actually really important to take note of, because I don't think this is their last attempt on the boss, but I don't think they're going to get much more attempts after this. And it's worth noting that Kasu is on the third boss, but she's basically going to have to kill it this time if she wants a chance of making any more progress.
And with the laser damage here, I don't know if it's going to work out for her.
And so Kasu is definitely in first. Kasu definitely hit the boss more than Dowolf did.
Jal.
Sorry, yeah, Jal. Sorry, they're all in bosses, so I'm a little confused.
Hey, High Spirits is on to 4-2. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to make it through yet, but High Spirits does have at least one good shot to make some progress here.
I don't know if the players will figure out the homing shot in time. Although the first thing Jal does is pick up the homing shot, so it looks like she's learned real fast.
Yeah, that boss is just bizarrely difficult to hit. You know, bizarrely, not bizarringly. That's not a word. How strong is this stupid boss? It's 100,000 power. It's a lot.
Exactly. Although it's less than half the power of the final boss, which is 220,000.
Yeah. Yeah, Dowolf is essentially at the point where it's just best to take a game over and go back to 4-2.
Yeah. I don't think the places are quite cemented at this point. I think any of the players can get at least one more chance on the boss. And if Jal actually manages to make it to the boss with the homing weapon, then she will actually have a good chance of defeating the boss.
Oh yeah. I'm giving everyone's stream one more refresh, by the way, just so that we have the latest up-to-date action. Kasu is just trying to kick this boss to death. Not a bad strat at this point due to not having a good weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately a laser in the face makes a victory very unlikely.
Unfortunately, yeah, she... The thing is, if Kasu gets another chance at the boss, she'll be able to beat it, but at the same time, she doesn't have enough time to catch up to the other racers.
I think you're probably right. But at least Kasu does know the lasers are a huge problem. You do not want to get hit by the laser.
Yeah. Oh no, the momentum made Dowolf fall off and he didn't even get to the second half of the stage.
No, Dowolf, that's...
I mean, the players still have a chance to make it. I know Jal is trying to kill that barrel guy with the homing, but she should probably just take the C, then take the homing, but, you know... I can understand wanting to stick with the homing the entire time, just to make sure she has homing for the boss.
Yeah, I would probably do that myself, to be honest. I don't know, you don't really know, like, I don't know if Jal has been keeping tabs on where the pickups are.
I know there's one in the section right before the second auto-scroller. Other than that, and that would be the last one, actually. So no one's really said anything during this match, except Dowolf is pretty exasperated. And honestly, I would be too. I was pretty amazed by some of the dumb stuff this game pulls off in you.
It's kind of amazingly bad. Like, honestly,
exactly.
I really enjoy playing this game because it's not just mediocre. Like, it's still somewhat fun to play, but it just throws so much crap at you.
It's very much bad. Like, there's no denying this game is bad. It just exudes badness.
Oh, yeah. So, just so everybody knows, the current places, Jal is in first, having dealt a good amount of damage to the boss. Dowolf is in second. High Spirit's in third. He hasn't quite made it to the boss. And Kasu is currently in fourth. Now, I see first, second, and third possibly changing in the next 4 minutes.
It's gonna be real tight.
Oh, yeah.
Kasu basically has to make it to the boss, if not this attempt, then her next attempt. And taking a hit on those little turret right there. Oh no, the idle animation just screwed her.
Well,
I mean, theoretically she can still make it, but she's gonna die in one hit. And there's still a lot
there we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, High Spirits pretty much needs to get to the boss on this life in order to have a chance.
Yeah. Okay, the spread is an interesting strategy, except the spread is really bad. And I think Jal is finding that out real fast.
Oh, yep, and taking a death intentionally.
That's a smart death to take.
Yep.
So in the gauntlet, both Andy and Veritasu beat this stage, but it took them at least like 7 or 8 minutes to beat this.
Oh yeah,
to beat this stage, and I think both Jal and Dowolf beat the autoscroller in that time. Oh, Dowolf has a chance to overtake Jal. He has to get the boss down to at least a high 70,000. I don't know Jal's exact value. Oh, he's learned the crouch cancel.
Oh boy, that actually makes
it's actually 68,000. Okay, that's gonna be challenging.
not impossible. I can see that happening. Well, no, never mind. 75,000. That was
that's really good. But if what Kate says is correct, and Kate is almost always correct, then Jal is definitely has secured first place.
I believe so. I don't think there's any way that Dolwolf is going to be able to do anything with this.
Although I can imagine Jal not feeling like she is in first place, just because it's been a real struggle for her to get back to the boss.
Oh yeah, this game is frustrating.
Oh, and High Spirits is on the boss.
Oh,
he has a chance. The problem is, yeah, he has to like really fluke it out or something.
It's not impossible, High Spirits. Just deal some damage. Better to deal damage than to die at this point. Wait, can you cancel out the big bomb? I think High Spirits did at one point.
You can if you fire fast enough, which is why the homing worked.
82,000 health.
That is third place.
Yeah, and I don't see High Spirits dealing any more damage to him. Okay, we've got less than a minute left. I've really enjoyed watching this match. It's been great to see how far the players could make it, even if this game is a total pile of butts. Which it is. Don't be deceived, people. Looks like a pretty dumb boss. Honestly, it's like most of the stuff in this game is just pretty dumb. Okay, here we go. Last 5 seconds, and then we can say goodbye to this music for possibly ever. That is time. Oh my gosh. Yep. What an amazing game, Mike. I just love it. I love it so much.
I know. I love this game because it's so butts.
Oh, yeah. But with that said, Jal takes the victory. Dolwolf second, High Spirits third, and Kasu takes fourth. Oh. It was incredibly fun to watch, honestly. I'm not surprised that they got walled on this boss, because I think this is, like, every boss is difficult, but this is the first major hurdle that they have to try to get past, and it just did not happen. Not at all. So yeah, what are your thoughts about the match? I know that you're giving them a bit of a rundown real quick, you know, just helping them breathe, relax. It's definitely needed when it comes to this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. There were definitely some parts I was very frustrated. I played this game for like, it took me at least 3 or 4 hours to make it to the final boss.
Oh yeah.
Stage 6 is nuts. Like, stage 6 alone was probably an hour of that, or close to it. I thought the players did really well. It does not shock me that they were walled against the 4th boss. I figured that would be the wall. It's very unsurprising why that is the wall. The players definitely caught on fast that the CE weapon is definitely the best weapon for the early game.
By the way, Jal is with us. Hello, Jal.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, that was, I have no idea how that's possible.
You use the homing weapon. That's how it's possible. Because the
I was trying to get back there with that because I figured, but like I couldn't beat the elevator section with it. So
yeah, that's the problem. Is that if you're not used to using the homing weapon, then it's like a lot harder to do the elevator section. And the trick is you actually want to use the C weapon until you get to the second half of the stage, because you can switch.
Oh, okay. There. Yeah, you can just switch in those. Yeah, I didn't know why they gave you like 3 crates in that room.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you don't know why in the game, so they could have just given you 3 crates in the room for like whatever random reason.
Yeah,
and not an actual like game design reason.
I was thinking maybe they upgraded your weapon if you collected more, but that didn't seem
Nope.
Oh, the case at all.
And if you want a real nightmare, the final boss of the game, you also need the homing weapon because, of course, you know, the weak point is above you. But it has 220,000 health.
Oh, good.
I just gave up by then. I got up to the final boss and I was like...
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't give up on this boss.
This boss took me a while, I'm not gonna lie. And if you want some real fun times, there's stage 6, which probably took me like an hour to beat. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I've made it to this boss. I think I made it to stage 5, but honestly, this boss is the wall.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't beating it as soon as I got to it.
Yeah, but you seemed to figure out the fastest that you just needed to damage race it like every other boss.
Yeah, it had that meter.
Exactly. And the thing is, I don't think it's 100% consistent with the homing weapon, but you control it a lot more with the homing weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured it would just shoot it constantly and not be able to shoot its big laser, but...
It's relatively trivial if you have the... Well, not relatively trivial.
Well, how long does it
you
take?
can still definitely die if you have the homing weapon, but it's actually, like, doable with the homing weapon.
It seems like it would take 10 minutes.
It takes a while. Honestly, you know, I was thinking about trying to speedrun this game, and the best way to deal with it might be to use the C weapon, but honestly... It's so difficult to pull off taking less damage in that fight. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, so what's really funny is that you said that you thought you were in last. For a while, you were actually in 3rd or 4th.
Oh, yeah,
but,
that makes sense.
The thing is, Wolf and High Spirits both really struggled with the 3rd boss, and you killed him the first try.
Yeah, I kind of got the idea of how to fight bosses on the 2nd boss, that you just shouldn't take damage from their weapon, but then that didn't apply to this ceiling boss, so...
Yeah, the giant bomb.
Yeah, because he just hits you with weapons everywhere. But yeah, you had the right idea, because taking 2k or 2.5k from running into him is much better than taking the 10k from the spread gun.
Yeah. So it was easy when I realized that.
So yeah, and then when you beat the 3rd boss, you were in 2nd because Wolf beat it like right before you.
Yeah, I just felt like I was doing awful the entire time. But then, like, when I got to that elevator stage, I was like, okay, people are probably all walled here, so...
Yeah, that's one thing about the matches. It's easy to feel like you're behind, and it's easy to get down on yourself, but honestly, everybody is probably, unless it's Andy, you know, everybody is probably right around where you are, which was the case there.
I wonder if Andy ever has that feeling of being behind.
I think there have been 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Seems unlikely.
I mean, I did mention that this game was actually in a gauntlet with Andy and Veritasu. It was the 4-2 auto-scroller, or the just 4-2 in general, and it took them both a while to beat that stage, and that was actually one of the closest matches he had. Because it came down to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but I want to say again, great job here. It's great to see how you did. Honestly,
and you have a good chance of making it to the bracket.
Great.
It's not 100% of a lock, but you're really, really in there. Yeah, great job.
So you did say that, because I had you first round and you played the Tom and Jerry game.
Oh yeah, that game was great.
Yeah, and you were like, I want more games from Mike Uyama. How do you feel about that?
No, honestly, I liked this game. It was just unfair at the level I got stuck on. I was enjoying it otherwise, though.
I know. Okay. I enjoyed it. Like, the music is kind of terrible, and the physics
Really?
are
I
janky.
thought the music was great. I was, like, jamming out before the match started in the options menu.
Yeah.
I mean, it just farts. That's all.
It just electro farts everywhere. This is actually a Tommy Tallarico soundtrack. And it's actually ported from the NES version. And if you want to play like a good, more fair version of the game where the bosses don't take 5 minutes, you can play the NES version.
Yeah.
Well, I've played the Game Boy version. That was like basically the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Game Boy version.
Neither did
It's
I.
all like different levels, but it has all the same weapons and stuff, so basically the same.
So different levels, just similar weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, cool. We're gonna go ahead and take off to get ready for the next match. Anything else you want to say before you go?
I just want to remind everyone that every game is good.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't listen to propaganda. And Maka, if you're here, plug your
propaganda.
ears. Okay.
A very strong statement.
All right, see ya.
I'll respect it.
See ya.